It's a game day.
It is a game day today.
What will you be doing after the show today?
I'm going to eat a breakfast burrito, probably use the restroom, and then relatively shortly after the show, hit the road and head down to Eugene.
Okay, what are you doing down in Eugene today?
I'm going to host a pregame show from 2 to 4.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Live on the Fan.
All right.
If you don't like me, you're in tough luck today. I'm all over the place. You're not getting rid of me today.
Home of the Oregon Ducks. They're hosting Minnesota, and we've talked a little bit about this game. I made the point yesterday. I think it's a great spot to be in that you don't even consider of like your coach doesn't blow these games and hasn't so far 4 years in. Your last coach had a lot of these games where just like you got to worry about Stanford being 3-9. I'm going to give you a take that I don't think you're going to agree with.
Okay.
I think in our jersey uniform off tonight, I think Minnesota is going to beat you guys.
I'm not opposed to that take at all.
Have you seen their helmet?
The helmet is sick. With the big gopher on one side and the M on the other side.
They need more big gophers on the side of their helmets.
I don't really get what we're doing with our helmets tonight. We're doing the marble thing now, so that we have marble helmets. We did that for the Phil Knight game, so we're bringing that back, and now we got 2 stripes down the middle of it that are just solos. Like, we've never done anything like that. We used to have the stripe, but it was filled in. You know, we wear those ones occasionally, where there's the 2 lines, but then it's filled in with yellow or whatever color. So I would have liked the stripe to be filled in. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the helmets tonight. So I'm not opposed to that take. It's not a bad take.
I think it's going to be a fun, it shouldn't be rainy.
The weather should be actually really nice. A little chilly, but I think the sun's going to be out most of the afternoon. Weather will be fine tonight.
It should be a great tailgate atmosphere because it's one of those, like, you don't want to say it out loud, but everybody's kind of partying in a way that we're going to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think and also you're getting a 3-day weekend if you're going to the game, right? Because you're taking the day off of work likely. The game kicks off at 6 tonight, so you're heading down early on a Friday. You're cutting out of the office. You got your full weekend ahead, so you get home a little late on a Friday night, but it doesn't eat your whole weekend up like a night game would on a Saturday. Look, I get that people are anti-Friday games. I totally get it, especially at this time of year where you guys will be at a high school playoff game tonight. I understand the confluence there and why that frustrates some. I happen to be a fan of one Friday home game a year.
Now, your team's interesting. I don't think you're worried at all about them losing, but your team is coming off a road game short week. Minnesota gets the benefit of the bye like every other Big Ten team, sans
of course they do.
Washington and Oregon.
Why wouldn't we give the team who Oregon has to play a bye?
Right, especially a middling Big Ten team.
You know, why not just level the playing field as much as humanly possible when Oregon has far superior talent across the board?
Your coach said it's supposed to be hard, so.
That's true.
Does he feel that way behind the scenes off the microphone?
I would imagine he's very frustrated with some of the scheduling breaks that he has got. Not in terms of kickoff times. He doesn't complain about those, and not in terms of travel. He doesn't complain about those. It's about we had to go on the road and play Iowa last week, and now we're coming home, and Minnesota was sitting at home in a hot tub all weekend, and they're ready to go. And, oh, by the way, it's a Friday night game.
So you're pro Friday night game.
I'm pro one a year. Like, I'm obviously not a handful of them, but you give me one Friday night home game a year, I got no issue
So
with that.
I make you choose one a year for your team, Friday night game or a big nooner at home.
Oh, God, Friday night game, and it's not even close. Not even a debate. They'll never do a big nooner at home. That will never happen. I will shave my head if they ever play a big nooner at home.
That's usually what you do.
Bald. Cue ball bald. All of it gone.
Be interested to see you with that
Bic razor.
Yeah.
Foam, cream, the whole thing. I'll shave it all off.
I also think in 2013 when we were hosting a show together, if I would have told you, hey, Dirt, your mind's going to be blown in like 5 years because USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington are going to go to the Big Ten, you would have said probably the same thing.
Probably. Yeah, I probably would have said it.
Never say never.
I just don't think Oregon will never sign off. Why would Oregon ever sign off on a 9 a.m. home game? The Big Ten cannot make them do it. The TV networks cannot make them do it. Oregon has to sign off. Why would they ever do that to their fan base?
They probably wouldn't.
To my point, they will never play a 9 a.m. home
Although
game.
Dan Lanning, as you heard on the show, with
anytime,
Isaac
any place, kick it off whenever we want.
He is pro, get a breakfast burrito going and just play football.
Yeah, get the game out of the way. No, I would take the Friday night game over that any day of the week.
If he ever had to do one, was forced to do one, I could see him doing it like week 1, Labor Day weekend, where it's a holiday situation. But outside of that, he would have to somehow be contractually forced.
Yes, and that's not in the contract.
And
they
it's
can't
not in the contract right now. So, yeah.
It'd also have to be Purdue.
Sure. Who's the Portland State in the first game of the year?
Yeah.
Like, all right, they did kick off against 11 a.m. against Portland State, and the stadium was half full.
You imagine Joe Klatt and Gus Johnson on a Portland State, Oregon nooner?
All right, welcome back in. The Vikings are in town today. Jerry Glanville's not walking through those doors. Neither is Neil Olmax. Let's see how this thing goes.
Joe Klatt, what did I do to deserve this?
They have not played a night game yet this year.
Oregon?
Yeah, this will be the first. Well, at home.
Oh.
Yeah, the Penn State, it was 4:30.
Penn State was a late game.
It was late
Rutgers
game
was
there.
a late game
Rutgers
there.
was a late game there.
Iowa
Count for-
technically leaked into the evening with the sun setting last week.
Well,
but
we got some whispers of what we think the USC Oregon game is going to be next week. I don't know if that's public yet, so I'm not going to say it.
No.
But there's whispers it might not be in the evening. Do you guys count 4:30 as a night game?
I do.
just for the aesthetic.
I do,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Maybe not the first week of the season because you might have sun for the majority of it, but by the time you hit like October,
It was dark yesterday at 3:30 at my house.
like I think of
That
the
threw me off.
Oregon Ohio State game last year.
Yeah.
When the game starts, sun's out, game ends, sun sets. That to me is
Okay.
that's a night. The lights are on, the sun's down. That's a night game.
All right, good
not
to
a
know.
full 7:30 8 p.m. kick, but it counts. It's a night game.
That's one of those I'll be watching, but I'm going to have it on my phone.
The Minnesota game tonight.
The Minnesota
Yeah,
game, because
I
I
don't blame
do think generally Oregon is going to win the game going away. Just whatever fashion, I don't know.
If you want to hear expanded thoughts on that, you can tune in today, 2 to 4. We will talk about the game because that's what we do on the Oregon Duck pregame
There
show
you go.
for 2 hours. We
Damn
will break
right.
it all down from a fundamental standpoint. All I'll say this morning is, look, they're playing Minnesota. Minnesota's got a freshman quarterback on the road. When they've played elite teams on the road, they have not scored a touchdown yet this year. So I think this is a game where Oregon's defense is going to dominate. I'm just really curious to see what the offense looks like. Do they just come out and say, you know what, short week, it's Minnesota, we got USC, let's run the ball 67 times and get out of here? Our wide receivers are still banged up. Do they try and find a rhythm with Dante Moore, get him going with some of the wide receivers? Like, that's really, I don't think Minnesota's going to have a ton of success offensively against Oregon's defense in the home crowd tonight. It's mostly just about, if there's something at this point that we would say is going to hold Oregon back from reaching goals that they wanted to accomplish at the start of the year, it would appear to be their offense and their passing game right now. And so if they torch Minnesota, it doesn't mean you're going to say, oh, there you go, they're going to win a title. But I think it makes you feel a little bit better going into your last 2 games of the regular season.